New class when inside of Diablo Immortal? We started off with 6, then we got the Blood Knight to make it 7 classes inside of the game, and now we are awaiting our 8th class. It's been announced by Blizzard. This is officially coming. This is not rumor, but we don't officially know what we're getting. Now, I am putting a little bit of a risk out here today because I'm making this video a little bit prematurely. This has been pre-recorded a few days, so there is a small chance that Blizzard could have put out some details on this, and then this would be then a dated video. But I do not think that we're going to hear any news on a new class before this video actually drops. So I want to take you guys through a few pieces of information that I think could be telling of when we're going to see the new class, and then I'm going to give you my hint as to what I think it is again. First of all, when you look at the events in the game right now, let's take a look at some of the dates. Conqueror ends on 4/12. That's from the date of this going live, 4 or 5 days. And we have also the Fractured Plane, 4/12. This is when 2 big pieces of content are leaving the game, which doesn't always mean everything inside of the world. We do have calendars from Diablo Immortal as well that give us some guidance there. Let's go, first of all, before we get into the guidance of those calendars, let's take a look at the new class. Now, inside of this, I predicted the new class and talked about rumor of the new gem that was coming to the game. The gem that would break the game and break PvP, which is what a lot of people were saying. It turns out the new gem did actually come, and that was not fake news. And we still are waiting to hear about the new class, what it's going to be. My prediction, based off of my old data miner who really found some files on this a year plus ago. This was in the game for over a year right now, but everyone was kind of blinded by Blood Knight coming to the game. Everyone didn't really focus on the Tempest. Per those older patch notes, not older patch notes, I take that back, the older data mines, I personally believe we're going to be seeing a Tempest class inside of the game. Blizzard did say that the class that was coming was going to be something that has never been in Diablo Immortal before, or Diablo before. Tempest class has not. So if you want to watch that video, it's right here. It's where I go over the reasoning behind that. What was said in the patch notes. Nope. What was said in the data mine that actually led me to believe that. But we have more. We also have a content calendar for April. That's this month. We have the Battle Pass ending. We have the Fractured Plane, which we're in now, in Conqueror. Then Hungering Moon. Wild Brawl coming 12th through the 19th. Shady Stock 13th through 20th. Survivor's Bane 19th through 26th, which is one of my favorites, by the way. The Alley of Blood, 19th through 26th. All clans on deck, and Trial of the Hordes. Where the heck is the new class? We have Conqueror and Fractured Plane leaving the same day, just a few days from today. Then Hungering Moon comes, which is not much. Hungering Moon is just a little event, but actually we do have Wild Brawl dropping in when Conqueror leaves. Then on the 19th, when that leaves, we have Survivor's Bane and Alley of Blood, another PvP and a PvE mode. Then All Clans on Deck coming in between, and then on the 26th, Trial of the Hordes comes when we have Alley of Blood leaving the game. But what about the content calendar that Blizzard gave us? New class. Did they put this banner in the wrong spot? They put it in between March and April. Now, it didn't come in March, and we're about a week into April, and we don't yet see the class, or have no word of the class. This is probably one of Blizzard's best kept secrets so far, because no one really has been talking about the new class. It's been pretty hush-hush. Does this mean, because this overlaps right here, does this mean that the class won't actually be coming out until potentially the end of June? Which would be in line with when the Blood Knight had launched. When you think back, the Blood Knight was released, what was it, a year after the game launched. And I had said back then that I don't think Diablo Immortal will get more than a class every year, and I don't even think that we need a new class every year. I think that's a lot to handle, but would it make sense for Blizzard to put out multiple classes per year? That is a lot to upkeep as far as balancing goings in the game, cosmetics for those classes and more, and just building new classes all the time. Now, keep in mind, I did mention when the data mining was happening, the Blood Knight was being worked on, and there was another class being worked on behind the scenes. That, I believe, was the Tempest. Could I be wrong? Potentially. We're going to have to find out, but that's my thought on it right there. Now, with that being said as well, I would be okay with the new class coming on the anniversary of the Blood Knight coming. And I would be okay with a cadence of every year, every 12 months, we receive a new class inside of the game. I still believe that the Blood Knight is a great class, and it's still a very new class that people are still enjoying. Not to mention me, I'm enjoying more than anything my Crusader. I absolutely love this thing, and I have no reason to want to change from my Crusader because I enjoy it so very much. But when the Tempest does come, I probably, or definitely, will switch to Tempest to see what the build has and put it together and to share it with all of you. But I'm very content with one of the first classes that launched with the game. And this is 2 years later. So, when will it launch? We could expect that potentially it would launch in between any of these. We have it right here. We could have it launching in between any of these content updates, any of the big PvPs. But wouldn't there be some buildup? Wouldn't there be some hype being thrown around it? Wouldn't there be some advertising strategies being dropped? I don't think that Blizzard would just say, surprise, here's a new class for all of you, enjoy it. No, that's a big investment for them to do. And I would anticipate that with it being that big of an investment, they would want to hype that thing up as much as they possibly could. Because why not? Why bring a new class to the game, which is massive expense to the game, which could be massive growth for the game? Why secretly bring it? I think we will have word and know and hear rumblings of this coming. And I don't think it's just going to one day show up in a content update and we're going to be surprised. That wouldn't be smart, in my opinion. Now, I'm excited for a new class. I'm excited for a yearly cadence of that new class. And I'm excited to just try something new. A lot of which is because people leave this game, but they come back. People leave, and a big update comes, and they come back to try it out again. This is what I've been seeing from the community inside of Diablo Immortal. The come and go of a lot of players. And a new class is definitely a here, come back moment so that you guys can play and participate inside of the game again and see if maybe this new class is what keeps you in Diablo Immortal forever. Not everyone is like me and just enjoying the same class that I've been playing for a while. I've been all of the classes except for the monk since the game has been live. I did play the monk in beta, but I've still been absolutely loving playing. And a lot of that has to do with all of the new essences that are continuously being dropped inside of the game, the new skills that are dropped inside of the game, the new gems. It's always changing. And adding a big new class to the game is about as big of a change as we can actually have. So, could this come sneak up on us? Yes. But will it? I don't believe so. I think we'll have good sight that something is coming. Something is coming. And we thought something really big was coming in this past update. We had all of this hype right here, the Precipice of Horror, all of this. We had this Hellslayer bounties. We had this image popping up all the time. What is it? What's actually coming to the game? And really, it was just Hellslayer bounties and new types of gear. Hellslayer bounties are cool, but they're not like amazingly cool like a new class would be. I'm looking forward to seeing when it comes, seeing if my predictions are right about it being the Tempest. What do you guys think? Is it the Tempest coming to the class, or do you think something different?